both in the dressing room. Obey my command at all times. We both know the rules. It's the heads, kick the punches up. When I shout break, you break clean. And remember, defend yourself at all times. Shake hands.
Ladies and gentlemen, 12 3-minute rounds for the Commonwealth Super-Featherweight Championship.
Just 7 weeks on after capturing this Commonwealth crown. Ricky Burns is back. Tough assignment for the Coatbridge man, though. He's got to defuse another tough African in Yakubu Am. Did it with Osumanu Akaba. But the word is that this Amidu isn't bad at all. He's won 16 of 18, only the one defeat in good class. And he's meant to be extremely fit. Don't match him easily, do they?
No, they don't. But Burns looks confident. He's made a nice bright start getting that jab out and being first to the punch. And that's what he needs to do. Take the fight out of Amidu early on.
Yeah, good body shots from Ricky Burns. And one of his cornermen, Dean Powell, was telling me earlier it's a bit of a gamble. They're throwing the dice with this. But he is a mandatory opponent, Amidu, so there wasn't a lot if he wanted to hang on to this Commonwealth belt. What are first impressions of the African?
Well, he's not throwing a great deal of punches. He's waiting, high held guard. And I think this looks open to the straight punches.
Despite the 16 knockouts in his 16 wins, Carl Greaves in his corner was saying he's not a massive puncher, he wears you down. He's that type. And the word on Ricky Burns is he's pretty tight at the weight at 9'4". So maybe body attacks, certainly later on from Amidu, what might work. Bright start from Burns, though.
Yeah, it's a nice sharp start from Burns, getting the jab working, catching Amidu with the straight punches, and I think that's what he needs to do. Get a good lead, win the first few rounds, and then Amidu has the chasing to do.
Absolutely control things, Ricky Burns. Don't let Amidu grow in confidence. He's a long way from home. Partisan crowd, of course, in the Kelvin Hall will be important to Ricky Burns, who had to go to London to win the Commonwealth title. There's a cut, though. Right eye of Ricky Burns in the first round. That's not what he needed.
He certainly didn't. There was a solid but lazy right hand, Amidu over the top, and that's what seems to be doing the damage. Just a clubbing punch.
Has suffered damage before, Ricky Burns, along the way. 26 fights, quite experienced now. Should be able to cope and deal with it. Decent punches at the end of the first, and a head clash, we believe, caused the cut. Dean Powell goes to work on the damage. How difficult is that in the first round of a fight?
Well, it does dent your confidence. You saw him straight away, he recognized, he felt it, looking at the blood. Dents your confidence a little bit. It's something you've got to overcome, and you've got to forget about it. But obviously there was a little bit of pain as well with that clash of heads. It's a shame because it was a nice sharp start from Burns.
Because he's bending in front of you, you've got to lift him up, okay? Shielding. Listen, sharp, solid jab, stick with it, meet him, okay? Chin down, come on. Pressure jab.
Well, talking in that blue corner, black and pink trunks of tall Ricky Burns, the 25-year-old from Coatbridge. With a regular hairstyle tonight. He's a flamboyant character who's changed his appearance a little over the years. Up against Yakubu Am in his 19th outing. Green and red of Ghana from Bukum in Accra. They all are, aren't they, Glenn?
They certainly are. They breed them there, don't they? And they breed them tough. And Amidu, he looks full of it now, doesn't he? He looks strong, looks like he wants to get close and wants to land that clubbing right hand.
Yep, hundreds in the gyms, training by candlelight. Tough, dusty streets. He looks a hard operator, Amidu.
You saw there, Burns caught him with a good jab right through the middle, and that's where he's open. He's got to keep the punches going in straight jab, straight right hand, Burns.
Yeah, technically, he could be a level above Amidu. Fought for young Scotland, decent amateur. Craig McEwen, the emerging middleweight, was telling me recently they fought loads of times in the amateurs. And he rated Ricky Burns.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. Amidu, a lot of names don't mean so much on his record.
Good cluster there from Burns, combinations. Pressure, work rate. He's got to try and fend Amidu off. He gets through with a couple of lefts. It's a bit jerky, isn't it? Haphazard sort of style.
It is, but it's hard to defend against. He does look fit, he does look solid. And he looks as if he's going to give Burns a tough night.
They're winging these punches in. Carl Greaves first saw him sparring with Rendell Munro, our European super bantamweight champion. Wasn't that impressed, but said he's improved a great deal. And the age at 23, well, that makes him ambitious. He's trying to crowd Burns in the second.
Yes, he's pretty slow and he's not very stylish, but he's effective when he gets close with clubbing punches. And it looks as if Burns is going to have good stamina in this fight.
Only 5 knockouts on the record of Ricky Burns. Not a big puncher, so he may have a battle of attrition on his hands. But his self-belief must be high after winning this Commonwealth.